Guys, what's up? It's Bradley Overrated, and today I am bringing you the game Slay the Spire. We are in fact reviewing it, and if you're new here to this channel, this is where basically I give you casual gameplay and the best informal review, my honest thoughts and opinions about this game, but just to sum it all up, this game is awesome. Let's do this. So Slay the Spire is basically a game where your goal is to, in fact, live up to the title of the game and slay the Spire. Whether you do that through the standard mode, the daily climb, which is just a daily challenge that they give to you, or the custom mode that you can customize your own rules for, it's up to you. You also have 3 characters that you can choose from, and whatever way you want to go is totally up to you because each character is very unique, different, has their own set of strengths and weaknesses. Whatever it takes though, your goal is to build an amazing card deck that can slay any enemy that comes across your path. But whether or not you'll be able to successfully vanquish all of your enemies and slay the Spire depends solely on your ability to create a BAMF of a deck. Because this game is challenging, man. I fail more times than I succeed at this game, but you know what makes this game stand out to me is that each time I fail, I do feel like I learn something from it, and I start to come up with my own strategies, and there's not necessarily a right or wrong strategy. It's all about risk and reward. Because even as you see right there on the map, you have a lot of different options, and those options allow you to do certain things. You can, for example, you can fight basic enemies, and defeating the enemies will give you a card. Or you can have a random event occur, which might give you a relic or might drop a sort of mini-boss on you. You can fight elite enemies, you can go to merchants, you can go to campsites, which will enable you to upgrade your deck or rest and heal up. One or the other. But you can't do both, and that's what makes this game so fun. It's all about your options. There is risk involved and there is reward involved in every choice you make. And when it comes to the boss fights, have no fear. The boss fights are very challenging, very engaging, and if you don't have a very well put together deck, you are going to get train wrecked, something fierce up your rear, because they bring it to you, so you best be prepared. There are 3 acts in total that you need to accomplish. You need to beat each of these acts in order to slay the Spire, and you need to beat it with all 3 characters to unlock the real ending, or at least have a chance to get the real ending. It is time consuming, surprisingly enough, even though you can actually beat each Spire, so to speak, with each character in about an hour or so, but that's only if you really are able to put together a great deck. And let me tell you, as I've said previously, that's a challenge, but I love the challenge, and when you can just finally get the deck you always dreamed of, it is wonderful to reap the rewards of that deck. Now, there's really just one problem I have with this game, and it's not really a big deal, but it kind of is, and that's the fact that there are only 3 characters. I don't know if the developers are planning on adding more characters with more cards. I really love the variety in the cards. I just kind of wish I had more characters to play with, because after, completing the game with all 3 characters, I kind of just wanted to say, okay, well, what about another character? Why can't I just play with another one? So I hope they make more content. I don't even care if it's DLC. It would be worth it just to have a chance to slay the Spire with a new character. And then when it comes to the enemy varieties in this game, they're fine, but the longer you play this game, the more you become familiar with them, and then you realize there's actually not as many as you would hope. You can only fight so many thieves and so many shroom monsters and before they kind of become stale. So that's kind of the biggest fault I have with this game, is I just feel like the enemy variety and the character variety is very lacking. But I will tell you this right now, that if you have a Nintendo Switch, which I do, and I have purchased this game for the Nintendo Switch, it is an easy purchase. Slay the Spire is one of the best games you can play for the Nintendo Switch, despite the lack of character choices and the lack of enemy varieties. This game is wonderful. The deck building aspect of it is spot on perfect. The boss fights are engaging. It's challenging to get through each act. Defeating the Spire makes you feel like a BAMF. This is an easy must play for the Nintendo Switch, and I am happy to give Slay the Spire an A-. And that, my dear friends, concludes this overrated review. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this review, why don't you do me a big favor, hit the like button. You know, that doesn't actually help me in the slightest. I don't care if you hit that, but do hit the subscribe button, because reasons. And I will see you on the next overrated review. I am Bradley Overrated, out like a trout. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to slay the Spire again. Gosh, this game's addicting. So addicting. Many late nights burning the fuel just to effectively lose. But I love it.